shoes and hail the forest air. Join us out of a deep slumber into the wide open spaces.
This is the city of Vancouver, and it's all that's ever seen of the province by many of its residents. But beyond the Fraser Valley and the coastal mountains, there is a vast territory. British Columbia, the western edge of Canada.
Soaring through the skies, target locked in my eyes. If looks could kill, then beware of my stare. The wise predator of the air, with a bird's eye view I know and see all to be seen. I built my throne in the carcass of an elder evergreen. The majestic king of flight stretched from above and out of sight. Perhaps they might have saw my gloss, split their eye open. Just be hoping that I'm not overhead. With a hunger for bloodshed, which not yet been fed, I shred the heads of the dead and spread my golden wings. I bring your life to an end. When I send those final chills down your spine, the last time you will be breathing, I'm feeding on your dead flesh. The death of my prey is forewarned by circling in the wind. Then I begin to lash out in violence. The silence of the wilderness is broke. I spoke with the gods of space, and there's an open space in the place where spirit separates from body, and your mind is put at ease. These tales of hunt from the predator, so old and wise. You can run, but you can't hide from the eagle's eyes. The spell is broken, now woken back to life again. It's been a long winter's nap since last emerged from my den, so let's bring me in. It's a new hunting season where animal instinct is more than adequate reason. Forget breeding for the time being, feeding for flesh. Stuck in the forest fortress of the northwest, and more or less the food chain revolves around me. See, my niggas hunting my hide's a trophy. Living room accessory, ain't even Greenpeace protecting me. You slaughter for sheer thrill, I kill for necessity. The civilization approaches, encroaching on my domain, building condos on my terrain. Silent cries, can't complain, refrain from being seen, but my region's been discarded. Caused a shortage on food, and that's why I'm in your backyard. And now you're calling for help, cause I seem to pose a threat. Arrives the RCMP with tranquilizers and a bayonet, and your spamming plan escape to try to leave his place intact. Cornered up a tree, far too late to turn back. With no other options, claws extended, I attack. Hitler simply stayed another bear shot in his tracks.
A sometimes mysterious, sometimes misunderstood beast. It is the subject of many legends and many lies.
I wake from sleep to see that it will be night soon. Sit on a cliff, pay respects to the moon. I think for tenants, feed off the forest essence. No wait, I sense an intruder within my presence. No hesitance to write the final chapter in their story. Who is it? Who's it? Split in my territory. A man lost upon my land. Now the time for revenge is at hand. The predator, yellow eyes to your pathetic core. I prowl the night while victims rise no more. Not even a matador contain the bloodlust in my hunt. When I attack with full packs from the back, left, right, and front. I hear your cries, my canine jaws tell no lies. Realize you can't escape, we're trying too many times. You're now the hunted, my prey, slave to my vicious ways. Found with cunning cruelty as I have you locked in my gaze. Lost in a maze of tortured rock face and sediment, full of pits deep and treacherous and deep crevices. This place holds damnation, fall who fall from grace and eminence. My weapon is intelligence with no claws or fang jaws. This forest is full of eyes, survival spells the land's laws. Can't pause, my pursuers are rulers of this habitat, aroused by the cries of cougars and human rabbit traps. I had a map 5 days ago, compass, knapsack, and a radio. Haven't slept since then, attacked and lost in this wilderness. Over-evolved but ill-equipped to deal with this predicament. Listen to the wind whisper, wishing it would end. Wrapped in a blue mantle, my ample frame withstands the rain. At the crest of the falls, my chance to gain ground, but find my ankles sprain. I can't sustain this pace of 80 steps, wasting breath. The bottom of the food chain, bathed in sweat, no safety net beyond the walls of mankind. I stand alone, facing death.
Thousands of square miles, home to more species of wild animals and birds than anywhere else in Canada, and probably the entire continent. Thousands of square miles, home to more species of wild animals and birds than anywhere else in Canada, and probably on the entire continent. Scavengers, but they're also predators. Insatiable appetite and cunning expertise.
As the sun begins to set, observe as I go ape shit. Spit acid attack and make your brain split. I fit the left you feeding, needing some more aquatic, liquid acidic words, disturbing kind of chaos. started. Chronicles of a demonic child, past delinquency, with talent since my infancy, infinitely in sync with the rhythm. I've risen to box you in like a prison. Watch the color in my prism with infrared optical vision. Missing more than a few cards short of a deck. You can inspect my inner core and see mischief on my silhouette. How can you expect to succeed when you have not yet paid your dues? How can you expect to fail when you ain't got nothing to lose? Like holding your breath above water, you cannot win. Sitting back in your rocking chair just watching the world spin.
Welcome to the project of my domain. My world's a wild kingdom, but my lions are tame.
Welcome to the project of my domain. Intricate excursions deep into the human brain.
Welcome to the project of my domain. Behold, we fold the foolish like fleets of paper cranes.
Welcome to the project of my domain, where creative cannibals and dirty animals reign.
Smooth as granite, play my tape but can't stand it. If your pop's got old records, I'ma leave them empty-handed. The bandit of vinyl, only I know who's committed. That's cool if you wanna talk shit, cause I'm my worst critic. Got a problem with acidic, some call an ulcer. 6 foot, 150-pound product of hip-hop culture. Sculpturer of symphonies, a creative mind since infancy. This beat rockin' to me is a prime example of intimacy. Enter the entity of dirty mind telepathy. Orgasms from the peak of Mount Ecstasy. This melody is not melancholy, but leaves you soaking like Macaulay. Triple X files with sex styles on Dana Scully. Tripping over projectiles, my smile's kinda cunning. Unique with what I speak, I got all the week running. For the Motorola, I break this beat in like an isotola. Slipper, if you're a flipper, forget the remote controller, cause you're as bad as natural as the 2-liter Pepsi Cola. And I call this joint here my postcard from Gabriola. Melt you like a Crayola. Ah ha ha ha, ha ha ha.
Welcome to the project of my domain. Intricate excursions deep into the human brain.
Welcome to the project of my domain. My world's a wild kingdom, but my lions are tame.
Welcome to the project of my domain, where creative cannibals and dirty animals reign.
Welcome to the project of my domain. Behold, we fold the foolish like fleets of paper cranes. Creative minds, dirty circus, lavatory lounge lizards, telepaths,
Underworld cab drivers, broke beats, PTA, low life. It's all good. Bow your heads, people, for a final silent prayer, because now each and every one of us shall be judged. And hold tight to your loved ones, my friend, for tonight the world shall end.
I heard the world is supposed to end tonight. If their prophecies were right, I'll meet all those that I love at the end of the path, leading to the bright light. I might survive to be the lone one alive, solo habitant, wander in the world I hope it's not meant to be. My last day on earth, separated from my family, and tragically my life's been wasted on fears and set dreams. And it seems even realizing I can widen my horizon, I continue to waste my life away, never seizing the day. Even when forewarned that it could be my last. Looking back on the past, did I accomplish my goals? Did I tell those who made a difference how much I appreciate the path they pointed me and allowing me to shape my fate? Did I bury the hatchet, strings that bond relationships? Did disagreements conclude in words of wisdom from my lips? Armageddon resolutions, better myself in evolution. Thank you for this life and death is a given. While living, did I make amends with myself, with him and her? Will future population really know who we were? Follow the same path we did, turn corrupt, destroy their homes. You can only fuck with Mother Nature for so long. It's best to leave some things alone and let nature take its course. We're all soldiers in the march of the natural force. Of course it's now too late, these regrets now seem worthless. Shit, I'm getting nervous, I can feel the surface shake.
The earthquake struck at midnight on the dot, rocked the world in its merciless fury, giving birth to the floods. The tidal wave crashes, riots shake the mass. Destruction from man's corruption, no more second chances. Flames dance on up of corners of the earth. Nowhere to run or hide, no surviving this final curse. First the power stops and the world is shadowed in darkness. Echoes of screams in the streets where the army of death marches. And grows rapidly, actually got last with this catastrophe. Mothers and lovers cry from the pain of loss and tragedy. Rocking the metropolis, apocalypse to the populace. No stopping this, the human population drops from prominence. I glance the world after the chaos is past. The aftermath, the last of Mother Nature's wrath. I walk a path that sidewalk, rubbing the concrete plaques, act as burial plots. Smoke clouds and skies and light exists no longer. Whatever hurts the world, the longer makes it stronger. I sit in sands which cover the barren wasteland, where silence rules and reigns the queen of the damned. No more emotion, no bliss, pain or sensation. No more existence, the death of a nation.
Caught up in their ways, they said this day would never happen. Now who's laughing when the ground you once collapsing? Crevices swallowing the dead, following the quake. And now they search for solutions, ponder this, it's too late. That ignorant path you followed led straight to heaven's gate. You dug your own grave of which there is no escape. Perhaps the quake that took our lives was a blessing in disguise. A rise deep into the night skies, watching the world as it dies. Watching the world as it dies.
Right up and get your tickets. Hurry now.
At the big sideshow before you go into the big top.
15 big attractions that you can't see anywhere else in the world.
The greatest.
It took us 14 weeks to complete these audible treats, and 6 more weeks before it's lost between your car seats. And our street ain't easy, but we're just trying to expand. The dirty circus backed by unpopular demand. Understand? We did this for a few of you to feel. Everybody out there rocking tapes without a record deal. All I need is a happy meal with a side of success, a place to call home, and fuck all the rest. Continue on our creative quest, my love and respect to everybody expressing themselves on cassette. It's a pretty safe bet, you're just bobbing your head and haven't even heard a single word of what I've said. That's why making tracks for heads is more like my nature. And those we haven't met, consider this the icebreaker. So while you're sticking to your strict radio jam diets, next time you see someone selling tapes, please buy it. Creative minds got a tape out, please purchase it. Telepathic's got a tape out, please purchase it. El Precise got a tape out, please purchase it. And if you got $10, buy the dirty circus shit. Ishkan got a tape out, please purchase it. Amoka only got a tape out, please purchase it. Swollen members got a tape out, come on, purchase it. And if you got $10, buy the dirty circus shit.
It's been 3 years since I learned the 4-finger count. I swore this would bounce and explored ins and outs. Important announcement and morbid accounts. Are you a verb or a noun, or a word mispronounced? Disturbed is the sound when the circus is pounding. I heard this was Mountain Spring Fresh, a fountain in jest. 1,000 in-depth flows and miles of windswept roads. Dried riverbeds in the west, we given that. Living yet, you said trip and interject, now get this. If respect was currency, welfare would have never heard of me. And if cassettes were surgery, healthcare wouldn't cover emergencies. I'm a leftist, certainly, but we were friends, now weren't we? And it's only $10 that we ask you afford, cause we can't plant trees without grassroots support. Without grassroots support. Without grassroots support. Fourth World got a tape out, please purchase it. DJ Science got a tape out, please purchase it. MC Kia got a tape out, please purchase it. And if you got $10, buy the dirty circus shit. Agro got a tape out, come on, purchase it. Ivy Vines got a tape out, please purchase it. Gino got a tape out, please purchase it. And if you got $10, buy the dirty circus shit.
Go ahead, continue.
The song we dedicate to everybody rocking tapes. Those who patiently wait and know how much it takes.
Could it be fate? I'm broke, but I keep faith and hope. You could say it's dope, but we won't get paid to flow.
You know, I'm sure you like it, but do you really support it? We could've had a video of Fly Girls, but we couldn't afford it.
Recorded this in 14 weeks, the altruist contorted, twisted, all who did. You sorta missed the point, we're born this gifted.
Spiritually uplifted like a televangelist. We'll soon be evicted, so everybody get your hand on
So
it.
the answer is it's natural to teach a man to fish, but
Bootleg business is a bitch.
Outer Limits got a tape out.
Please purchase it.
Intellect got a tape out.
Please purchase it.
The Butcher Brothers got a tape out.
Purchase it.
And if you got $10,
Buy the Dirty Circus shit.
Bird of Prey got a tape out.
Please purchase it.
Kyprios got a tape out.
Yes, purchase
and
it.
Cascade got a tape out.
Please purchase it.
And if you got $10, buy the Dirty Circus shit.
Misunderstood got a tape out.
Please purchase it.
Conspiracy got a tape out.
Please purchase it.
I saw Celeste got a tape out.
Please purchase it. And if you got $10,
Buy the Dirty Circus shit. Stinking Rich got a tape out.
Please purchase it.
Awkward Y got a tape out.
Please purchase it.
Mood Rough got a tape out.
Come on, purchase it. And if you got $10,
Buy that Dirty Circus shit.
Stays Prince, Siege 1, DCO Craze. What up, Kelsey? Yeah.
Average Joe was your run-of-the-mill back row of the class kid. Classic example of a passive dreamer filled with sadness. Always lived life by the book, silent, unattractive lad. No matter how we tried to blend, he just couldn't adapt to the mass. Time passed, Joe grew to resent everything around him. Thousands of frustrations pounded down and seemed to crowd here in the days. At the air, scared his soul was trapped until something deep down inside of poor Joe just snapped. Began gradually a tragedy with voices in his head. They told him things that people said. His fury became his dread, that angels gleam in his eyes. Showed the responsible people's lives while the whispers cried their dreams and screamed for the time to rise. Don't take it any longer. Where's your courage, kid? Act stronger. Take the lives of all these fools. You've got the entire world to calm. Stop the noises. These voices you reach for the nearest shears. Place the tip close to his wrist. The kiss goodnight these endless fears.
Anger makes a man sever ties and hide in pride.
Anger makes the passionate man burn from down inside.
And anger makes a man tear himself from within.
Past the point of no return, he learns that envy is his sin.
Anger makes a man lose his grasp on self-control.
Anger makes a man lose sight of his dreams and goals.
Anger makes a man a beast with hate in his eyes.
When he's falling off the edge, he doesn't realize until he dies.
These days are endless mazes with an entrance but no exit. Now let's get a little bit more philosophical if possible. These obstacles are personal growth stones I need to conquer on my own. Let's make one thing clear, we all walk the world alone. Though sometimes I feel it's too tough to myself for reassurance. Though never aids in any way, and if it does, it's a freak occurrence. Center core burning, bottled anger boiling over the rim. Aggravated to the state I can't hold it in. Oh shit, excuse me, see I've been cursed with these outbursts. As you can tell I try to keep it inside, but it just doesn't work. Though I suppose it's just immortal human status quo quirk. I never dare to follow these obscure thoughts to where they lurk. For if I did, would it rid me of the questions that I'm asking? Masking the truth when I know that it's my reality that's collapsing. Trapping myself in a self-made cage, fall to the ground, cover my ears. I don't want to hear these voices, I'm too scared to face my fears. Anger makes a man sever ties and hide in pride.
Anger makes a passionate man burn from down inside.
Anger makes a man tear himself from within.
Past the point of no return, he learns that envy is his sin.
Anger makes a man lose his grasp on self-control.
Anger makes a man lose sight of his dreams and goals.
Anger makes a man a beast with hate in his eyes.
When he's falling off the edge, he doesn't realize until he dies.
I myself in denial, making every human my rival. My patience torn and warm, my hate's a self-defense for survival. These demons on my shoulders screaming anger in my ear. It's all a towering effect when your conscience isn't clear.
Oh, woe is me. Hopefully you're not close to me. I'm burning with eternal rage and I'm ready to explode. You see I've got my stress ball and time and all, but nothing keeps me calm. Clench my fist, grind my teeth as negative thoughts begin to spawn.
I try to hold on to myself and block out everyone else. These these forms of self-therapy can't be good for my health. At dusk I dread the dawn, anger will build by tomorrow. Fearing my face and my hands, for now I'm consumed in sorrow.
That day, man. Fucking day. I remember that day like it was yesterday. It was raining. 5 to go to work. 8:20 in the morning. I left the window open, lost my blanket, toes are frozen. That unseasonable morning frost. The phone rang, I awoke then to find I had to work 20 minutes from the moment. Oh, and hauling it to work, I fall in trip, can't call in sick. I know politics can't topple this, but all the shit is building up. My aura is just filling up with bad vibes and bills and such. I'm feeling stuck, sick and tired, arrived an hour late, but dignified. Think I'm fired, retired, the sour face. They regret to have to let me go, but have to cause it's technical. They'd also like to wish me luck and dish me up this BS. I'm thinking, you can lick the nuts and kiss me on the penis. Sign the line and miss the bus. This is enough, I mean it. Wanted to call a cab, but a quarter is all I had. So instead I'm walking mad, return home soaked and pale. Time to light a smoke and hell, get my keys, open mail. Mail. Bills. What's this?
Hello, salutations, how you doing, comrade? Finally out Vancouver, never felt so glad. Not to say home is bad, but you should feel this tropical breeze. Just a quick shout from Barbados, West Indies. Only been here a day, and I'm fried to a crisp. Say what up to the folk and give your mama a kiss. And of course you I also miss, but it's you that's missing out. As I twist the skin and stout, back home I heard this drought. Yeah, right, I swear down here biz, pennies a glass. My flight was quite the bitch, lamping in economy class. I guess I must have forgot how much I hated flying. 10 hours next to a fat bitch and baby won't stop crying. But everything is fine and dandy, sipping slightly chill brandy. Females looking sweet and weed smell like cotton candy. It's been quite some time since I've been this well fed. Yesterday caught a cab and flood the Yelp. Fried chicken come with cornbread and most bought the long bread. It's hot as hell, raise a cold beer into my forehead. So with that done and said, I must go relieve piss. Besides, I'll probably be home by the time you receive this. So until then, peaches from this slight slice of heaven. P.S. Pick me up, my flight arrives around 11. See you later, man. Apply the proper postage, name, zip code, and address. Cursive writing, correspondence direct to the Northwest.
I arrived, surprised to read the letter on my desk. A subtle lesson in irony from the Pony Express.
Apply the proper postage, name, zip code, and address. Cursive writing, correspondence direct to the Northwest.
I arrived, surprised to read the letter on my desk. A subtle lesson in irony from the Pony Express. The Pony Express, the Pony Express. Yes, yes, from the Pony Express. Can't believe I rap with this guy. I'm out.
Something terrible has happened. What do you mean? I dropped pebbles on the way here so we can find our way back. But there are so many other pebbles on the ground. I don't know which one
Creative minds, conscience, wildlife. From the edge of this perilous precipice we call life, we all might see the light gain insight to our psyche. The sun shines brightly, but my feet get tired walking a tightrope, watching for pitfalls and tripwires. Rise a bit higher, can't afford to stumble as I spit fire. Dire straits inspired by a tape, my escape. Swim in self-pity, cry a lake and lie awake. What am I to make of this? Take the risk, higher stakes, Golden State to Lions Gate. This is shake the fist, defy the snakes. We're born to love, so why try and hate my truth? It's got nothing to do with IQ to see the side view as I do. I wrote this haiku to let you know we both been lied to. They say the truth is out there, but I believe that it's inside you. Patience, a virtue, vicious cycles will misguide you. Shaping a circle which is liable to confine you. Making a fertile field dry, the workers idle. To set your goal to win, why try to hold it in? I stroll and sing on the curving causeways of the solar wind. Solar wind,
nothing but big trees all around.
At the restaurant, at the end of the universe.
One day, in the woods. One day.
Got your head in the clouds, I'll bring you down to common ground. Nerves split into two to do the energy of sound. I surround competitors, disperse of a unforgettable material. You're weak and sensitive, just like feminine venereal. The imperial high master of crafting paragraphs. I surpass the average hollow-hearted, retarded, dyslexic MC with no flow. That's so will crush your ego. You know it's rather pointless to attempt to lock horns. I scorn all those who'll try and leave their self-esteem torn. We forewarn, I show no mercy or courtesy. You see, my patience for these petty fools is gone to some degree. They're feeding the public nonsense, dense-minded, overrated. A legacy with no foundation that was media created. I'll chip away at your flaws, cause the world's winner problems. You're stuck in present state while I'm constantly evolving.
It's too dark to find our way home now.
In the woods. Bars in the woods.
Without prior rehearsal, I overpowered Winston Churchill. Sent him out my circle, caused polarity reversal. Stormed off into the purple sunset with one step. Today's a glorious day. They say cause of me the gods wept, and I couldn't be more content with the way this time my day spent. Pet me up in the closet of man. Month later I make some sense while I repent from my good deeds. And spoil the soil with bad deeds. A born king of chastity, trustworthy and crafty. And everybody welcome to the Cracker Factory. You stand in a chance against my rain dance. I say that's blasphemy, so naturally I'm one of the last remaining Vancouver yokels. Before I burn you, I'ma turn your Hollywood West. From Istanbul to Constantinople, wanna rock around the world, but for now I'm living local. If you ain't paying attention, then please turn up the vocal. And if you choose not to do so, I'll seduce you to a chokehold.
In the woods. In the woods. In the woods.
I have more sense than a king, but not enough sense to bring sense to this thing called life. But walk with a smile upon my face, sing songs of my younger days until people think that I'm brave. At night I sleep and dream of people leaving me alive, and as I claw and scrape I scream, I do what I can to try and survive, waking a cold sweat. Yes, there's no rest for the wicked insomnias of wicked thoughts to screw my life in a twisted knot. I wander the wasteland in search of my scattered essence. The fact remains that I despise even the thought of people's presence. Walk the road less traveled, but end up in these fields of slaves, but I'll never truly escape this madness that I crave.
In the woods. In the woods.
One day.
In the woods.
Too dark to find our way home now.
When the clock strikes midnight, I sit tight by the dim light. My pen writes the lyrics you hear echo through my windpipe, gaining valuable insight about actions and consequences. Looks like my conscience broke up the bondage of my subconscious, decided to launch its catapult. Toss me down the rabbit hole, my thought patterns are radical. I panic, then I sleep, forever counting sheep, denouncing weak-minded shepherds. Apply heat and pressure with a beaten mic compressor. Step into the lion's gate, its traits hate deception, unparalleled perception, creative minds and keen detection skills. No frills, no gimmick, you've reached the outer limits. Brimming conscience, slay the timid, forsaken, beg for forgiveness. We congregate with kindred, teleported telepathically to a three-ring dirty surface, taming lions in the back of me. Cause cosmic catastrophes to space-time continuum, blazing through cruise faster than Pentium for millennium.
In the woods. 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 In the woods.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Say once people walked freely. It's not like that any longer. Today is a dark, desolate world. I stare death in the eyes almost every single moment of my existence. From atop my citadel, supreme dictator, here I stand. Intimidate populations with nations under my command. With a movement on my hands, cities fall, my empire expands. I black chaos in the minds of people, so evil makes its advance. A land of dark depression, where the light of day never breaks. Iron walls to encase you in case you attempt to escape. I rape the minds of infants and leave the imprints of a slave. And your rise hopeless. Angel roses decorate your grave. What faith? I'm your lord, I'm privileges for the words of sacrilege. If I let you live it all, then thank me, kid. I'll be a generous, simply suffering in sickness, simply looking upon these pilgrims. I provoke fear and nightmares of little children, building my world on a foundation of untamed pain and destruction, where I reign with envious sentiments, lost innocence and corruption. I laugh at your lack of freedom, finally reached my pinnacle. I watched everything you know collapse, and now it's relaxed upon my pedestal.
Into a world of brainwashed slaves and warped minds, a system which controls its people through strict guidelines. A child of peasant workers who always kept their silence. I've witnessed many die and I bear the scars of violence. As I grew older, I couldn't take it any longer, living in a world with hearts so cold and somber. It's evident this government's intended to play by the rules that they invent. I'll send a message to my people, we must rebel before it's too late. This empire must crumble to rubble before there's no escape. Their manner of rule consists of an iron fist, and only their freedom exists. Soon we will unite to fight and liberate our rights. We'll be eternally free to live in captivity. This society which suppresses its populace, a metropolis in which one gains, and the masses are left to suffer in pain. We must regain our freedom and end this fascist reign. Now a full-grown man, I've devised a plan, gathered many for the war, ready to strip them from command. On our journey to the battlefield, we set camp for the night. Await the sunrise in the morning, wait for my signal, then we'll strike.
I see the armies in the distance,
prepare to face the resistance.
I control all the
You'll
world.
no longer rule our existence. Cavalry took front line with archers firing from behind.
When you step out on the path, I want you to die in the field of landmines. Forces are at mercy, we now have the upper hand.
Many lives lost in the trenches, but the rebellion flag still stands, piercing bodies with my blade, fueled by the hate of this renegade.
The tides have shifted, they've now killed my first brigade.
The slave parade of corpses
line the path to my fortress,
broke through the gates of his palace after weakening his forces.
I sit and stare in disbelief as the walls fall from around me.
If you were looking to meet your maker, prepare to die, you found me.
Death surrounds me, unsheath my sword and lash out with wrath.
I'll lunge my saber in his chest, his breath will be your last. I guess death brings fear, and don't the tears sting.
I lay hideously evolved from the man who once called himself king.
I'ma spit shit straight out the bucket. This ain't no Denny's, I grand slam like Kirby Puckett to the center of the field. That corny shit can yield. The 16-ball magician now reveals lights are real, who you fret upon. Watch whose toes you stepping on. One started to get retarded like a Jerry Lewis telethon. I beg your pardon, General Gung-Ho of the squadron. Give up your rap career and take your ass back to kindergarten. To higher learning, the inferno was left burning. Mind over matter, your brain cells is turning to a liquefied solution. This lord of illusion, I can tell you so quick, cause your knees are bruising. This is the jazz fusion that I chose to compose. Let it render you immobile as the crow slash your nose. Rearrange your facial features, look like Michael Jackson and Tito. Enough said, I'ma keep the shit short and fat like Dan DeVito. What it tell us? Jealous that you can't sell us short. If you're kind of a different sort, I say it's time to abort. So what that tell you? It's time to abandon fort. I have a feeling you can't handle when I'm pen and paper contort. What you telling me? Nothing but bullshit that you're selling me. It'll be a catastrophe when you test the majesty. And you can tell that we
Ain't even the slightest bit impressive. Get a feel for the shit and go and fuck your celibacy.
Ex-Minotaur, it's Jeff Spec, that guns and ammo centerfold. Clutch the clench, I'll hold y'all with that centuries old touch that tends to be the innovation. Demo tapes in my back pocket, that rock shit, the backpack staple. We ground level, plus just as major as your whack label. You never see me in the club, I'm sitting in the corner, back table, criticizing your shit and how you running it. Popping at bitches with tight fits, feeling something slick. These attitudes I'm coming with, they wasn't made to offend you, but if they do, I'm not surprised because they tend to incidental to the resident evils that men do. I do. Reach up your nose and pulling your eye through what it tells us. Much of y'all ain't really in touch with the turmoil that goes in the downs and ups. Now what that tell you? I'm giving you another year or two before you recognize you. We can see your whole shit is what you telling me? You lurking off in Studio B, analyzing J-Spec and emulating Uniik. You can tell that we all fresh, far as you can see. You can tell that we all fresh, far as you can see.
From the get up, the open mic hit up and hands high, call and response, yes yo, side to side I can. The hand of heaping helpings, a nerve jumping, yelpings, felt like circles rubbing velvet slip mats. I did that in addition to 100% listen with the well-watered wet penny of a rapper's wishing. And the propeller, the fresh kept secret-ish dishing. Bitch shaky surgeon who gutted your drums. The high voltage hum behind the curtain. Monsters are persons, never too certain. The keeper of the cryptic epics you searching. Can's life heavy, the plant life and fern tip. Downright down to earth, dirty as worm shit. Do it on the ones of the foe. The early morning crow of the rooster, you know. And what it tells me, speaking through the beat is the tweak. Ishkan and Spec in production unique. And what it tell you, whatever man you think is the it. Whether you a fan or a cat who spit, you can tell we spell it with a capital curve. Cause your body blow back when the sounds is heard.
Circus, the Butcher Brothers, beat and cut, present for you today, Damn Ties. That's right. Well, it's a shotgun wedding. I'm betting you're betting you'll be wedding, aiding and abetting and setting trends. Comprehend bed superheroes like pipe cleaners. Fuck your Betty Boobie ass B-boy ballerinas. Already been in your arena, seen the peaks of the mountain, summit the beach. Yeah, I'm from it. Most last a weekend and plummet when it's my beats they covet. And of it, 95% y'all couldn't try to pay my rent.
spent what you had for a look that's overconfident.
Don't need the skies above to rise above the lies of love and war and hate, and shake the spell of fate to deal my cards and elevate, to heal my scars and celebrate my cause. Don't imitate no slogan, gotta eat like a Roman to defeat my opponents, like to seek silent moments so I can speak to my Ronin. On each side a golden sword, a lord amongst the chosen. And maybe when I'm old and grey I'll find a golden way. For now I walk this wicked path of sticks and stones and stolen play. Empires built on bones of clay, face centuries of slow decay. We're embarking to scale these mountains and I say we go to stay.
The record spins at 33 and the third
stay.
The record spins at 33 and the third RPM. This is how it should be done. The record spins at 33 and the third RPM.
Good grief, sink my teeth into the coral reef. My oral relief, but do believe the shrewd in disbelief.
This crew, we live beneath the safe streets of your hometown. Subliminal, sub-level style spawn below ground.
You know I'm bound to Moses with an umbilical cord. The friendly hoods from your neck of the woods can no longer be ignored.
I see you're bored, me and more. Ever seen a broke rapper flex? It's my pleasure, like watching virgins smoke after sex.
Let's reflect, I expect that you have not paid attention. It ain't surprising that the circus is well beyond your comprehension.
It's our song to make an entrance one rainy day in December. Repeat offenders, you should retreat and surrender.
Repeat offenders,
you should retreat and surrender.
Repeat offenders, you should retreat
and surrender.
J Specifik, DJ Soul.
The record spins at 33 and the third RPM.
This is how it should be done. This style is identical.
The record spins at 33 and the third RPM.
This is how it should be done. This style is identical to none.
The record spins at 33 and the third RPM.
This is how it should be done. This style is identical to none.
Child of light and night, crescent moons and sun rays. The ways the constellations arch themselves, tell the tales of the wind that caught the sails of my ship, sailing me to worlds of fantasy. Inside your dreams I can see the sparkle in your eye. When the starbeam gleams, it seems the lesser of two evils is the demon that we face. In a race against time, I'm in a bond to find my own path on behalf of myself. I seek the sunset in the distance, but find nothing but these shattered dreams of hope for life. For instance, it seems we've been misled. They said this life is yours to know. We'll go to school and get a job and always do what you're told. At the end of the road lays material success, an excess of stress and slight inner happiness. As I progress on this course, it becomes more evident, and it appears that these gray skies and clouds will never clear. Near the point of depression, second guessing progression. Lost my path in life, but I'll find my own way. Constantly seeking prophecies of a brighter day, and hidden forbidden thoughts of paradise entice daydreamers to an everlasting slumber. And they wonder why we talk to ourselves in our sleep, falling deep into a world where there is no stress. Blessed by the Sandman, enjoy your rest.
I sleep half the day, awake to see my life pass away. There ain't much that I can say.
And fall deep into a slumber of wonderland. At night I hide deep in my dreams until the dawn of light.
I sleep half the day, awake to see my life pass away. There ain't much that I can say.
And fall deep into a slumber of wonderland. At night I hide deep in my dreams until the dawn of light.
I let my eyes wander, how can I escape this hunger? Hunter or victim, trick them, anything to get me under. Wonder how you speak without saying shit like a ventriloquist. Venomous vendetta of a wordsmith, passionate lyricist. Perilous, heroic, incomprehensible, babbling poet. Am I awake yet? Not thinking, acting impulsive. Silent soliloquy, spitting your cynical symphony. The symphonic cipher, hyperactive lack of activity. I embrace open minds and escape stereotypes. I don't care where you're located, everyone's got a frustrated, incarcerated, locked inside bars of confusion. Ain't much that I can do when your whole life's an illusion. Parody of paragraphic, I'm parallel comparisons. Stuck in the ranks of sub-level, semi-subliminal garrisons. Fucking American dream, Canadian down to the seams. It seems you're caught, stuck in the abstract thoughts of my dreams. Had the impossible before the sight of an obstacle. Unsheath my arsenal and have y'all in a psychiatric hospital. Set off emotions without FX explosions. The chosen format to bring you back into the notion. Succeeds or exceeds limits and capacities. And if the dreams take me over and sleep away the insanity, I sleep half the day, I wake to see my life pass away. There ain't much that I can say.
And fall deep into a slumber of wonderland. At night I hide deep in my dreams until the dawn of light.
I sleep half the day, I wake to see my life pass away. There ain't much that I can say.
And fall deep into a slumber of wonderland. At night I hide deep in my dreams until the dawn of light.
Knocking over ashtrays and shit.
Dirty circus. I work your purpose.
Think they can sleep on my couch and shit.
A what?
Dueling Chairs. Say what? Bitch, do your verse.
Say you couldn't handle this mammal swift. I'm flammable like camel shit. Filter tip cancer stick. Chill with it and answer this. It's painless passion, not an aimless distraction. Can you gain from this action? Can you save a small fraction? This sameness is taxing me. Convey this catastrophe. Remains of a factory. Pre-packaged what comes naturally. Karma paved this path for me and I'ma shape it after me. A long way from mastery and actually I basically lost belief in faith and yet I constantly and patiently explain to the layman the concept of Freemasonry. The masses are frozen, obeying wolves in shepherd's clothing, passively dozing under token ethic coding, imposing morals from your mortals. Inner mirrors never open, hoping for a brighter day to fly away. The time has come. It's Moses the chosen one, third rock from the sun. It's Moses the chosen one, third rock from the sun.
So anybody got a light? Yo, man, I told you not to rap louder than fucking get a record. I'm not.
This fucking headphone thing sucks, man. Enter the inner core of the Minotaur. You're only halfway through the corridor to the labyrinth's front door. Birds of prey soar while the weak lie low below. Through the eyes of a crow, observing this world to overthrow. Undertow pull from the moon's gravitational force, but I rebel, repel nature from its course. My voice is kinda hoarse from too many inhalants. Two civilians trying to escape the minimum wage enslavement from my birth in the basement, adjacent to the basin. Introduce me to a placement, it's the dueling chairs you're facing. I'm erasing all memories of those who came before me. Remain in my laboratory, and so goes the story. I got a new category y'all fall into, but I'm sworn to secrecy. My frequency reaches the unborn and leave it torn. I bet none of you can grab this bull by the horn. After one encounter, simply cease to exist like unicorns. What is a rose without thorns in this world full of scorn? The time of my passing, all of mankind shall mourn. You have now entered the brain of the circus that we form. I hope you were taking notes, cause this meeting is adjourned.
Quarter to one, you motherfuckers.
Dueling chairs.
Whatever.
You know what I'm saying?
Sleep in tomorrow. I gotta go to sleep.
What up? Yo, you got money, fair?
like the beat, right? No, I ain't got no money. My last check bounced. Yo, mama. $20. All right. Everybody get the fuck out.
Immortal man, my destiny's out of my hands. I've been living for a purpose which I don't understand. I've been programmed to love and hate, emotions torn from both sides. The mediator of my mental wars as both worlds collide. I've been talking with the man in the mirror, and now I fear that his outlook on life just isn't too clear. Though as I peer at those around me, they seem just as lost, following shallow dreams. It seems no matter what the cost, though I know in the end they'll take a turn for the worse. Yet still beings like this plague the earth and universe.
Step to the stage with an implanted mic, cable engaged, inflated persona, sense of honor and flame with rage. I bring light to the night when sights erupt in violence. Rain down upon you like aerial assault assignments. This horror, one of a kind, universal explorer. Take the city by storm like it was Sodom and Gomorrah, leaving you cornered without borders. Chaos, all disorder, more than fourth quarter reports. Crash course, my brain distorts. Born a confused youth, never knew what path to choose. There was no use, no clue, just dead ends. I found no truth. Like one of the nights that goes on without ever seeing the past. You can't help but end up the victim when these two juggernauts clash.
Testament of evidence still, I'm better than ill, I'm good, merely good. But of course, that's all I really need to be. Too many rappers seem to be caught up in being mean to me.
A testament of evidence skill, I'm better than ill, I'm good, but merely good. But of course, that's all I really need to be. Too many rappers seem to be caught up in being mean to me.
They say time brings changes, my mind thinks strange things. 9 kings came and the findling's name is from shyness to shameless. My kindness is famous, timeless arrangement. I rhyme in your basement. Besides, if the payment arrives late, I'm facing eviction notices. Motive is to keep control of it. Seek the solace, it's sweet, speak the socialist. Self-sufficient corporate geek, deep with soul and shit. Held division glorious, sheep sleep on most of it. Like Sophia, owe me this. Of course, we as independent. Up north, we live in a remnant of an ethnocentric senate. Had to sublet my subconscious to a schizophrenic tenant.
Well, my name is Minotaur from the Cracker Factory. Cutting beats like a bandsaw. Comes naturally, actively combat the whack. If you throw a panic attack, I'll submerge with a power surge and pull a vanishing act. The midnight snack that upset your belly. I'm about to get ugly like Liza Minnelli. Teletubbies couldn't captivate kids like yours truly. I could be a fine young man, but I choose to act unruly. So sue me. It's the new edition of the Vancouver Times. Front page Dirty Circus and the creative minds. Uniquely designed for the wildlife. Canada act from the pit of your stomach. The tapeworms counterattack.
A testament of evidence skill. Better than ill, I'm good.
Merely good.
But of course, that's all I really need to be. Too many rappers seem to be caught up in being mean to me. Mean to me, mean to me, mean to me.
A testament of evidence skill. Better than ill, I'm good.
But merely good.
But of course, that's all I really need to be. Too many rappers seem to be caught up in being mean to me. Mean to me, mean to me. Life. Dirty Circus, creative minds. Uniquely designed for your pleasure. say it's time to get some more. Grab my pants and some cake with thoughts to hit the corner store. Stop, dead in my tracks, turn my back. Who's that? This scantily clad kitty cat would explain my swollen nutsack. Gave myself a pat on the back and finished getting dressed. A piece of ass they worth the set. Continued on my quest. Now I'm straight out my home and took a ride on pro. Hit the 7-Eleven, Kyprios at the paper. I said, what's going on? Cause his face was looking troubled. Started talking about this guy and go, who burst his bubble? It took a few moments till I clued into what happened. Damn, I was with her last night tapping. And come to think of it, she's in my bedroom napping. Nerves on end, ready for an old-fashioned face slapping. Pedal to the metal, I arrive home seconds flat. Nothing but a space where my sampler had sat. She ain't nowhere to be found along with our missing demo. She wrote, thanks for the beat on a post-it note memo. I called up Moses and explained our slight misfortune. Relayed what happened to Kip and how they dabbled in extortion. We came to the agreement that we meet him with a duel. But Skip has got a plot to be safe or grab a tool. It's really themselves that they played, 3-man renegade. Set the date tomorrow, art gala masquerade. Time to put them in their place, it's more the music that they face. Street friends out for revenge, let's sweeten up the pace. We'll make an exit haste and disappear without a trace. Beware, it's science, Kyprios, with the circus on the case.
It's early morning when I get up, put my head up, out of bed into my get up. It feels like I've been set up. Now the shadow never expected me to have read up on him and Loretta. And what's that tinted Jetta all about? Grab the Beretta, it's out of ammo. I better get a better weapon, put on my camo. Stepping through the fire escape, I relate to the back street. I know they'll never catch me, I go to grab a taxi. Dead me, driving down a dead end street. Fuck cabbies on the payroll, so I choked him with my feet. Got the heat out of his hand, put the foot to the floor. They wanna go to war, well I will take them to war. Soar outside of the back, off the maps on the track. First thought a disappearance, now a counterattack. Contact, battle axe, match out to where you at. Out on business, out of service, I call the dirty circus. Shadow trying to curse us, but he can never serve us. The fact that I survived and alive makes him nervous. Of course it's in cursive, I slip the note to the team. Shadow be at the gallery, at the new museum. So you know we'll see him masquerade as a dealer. Moses as a waiter, and Midi as a peeler. Midi will seduce, most potions never. And I just love it when a plan comes together. Whether or not the plot's laid or by the phony pally. He made the mistake of being taken to the alley. And Loretta, I did her like an Irish setup pally. He recognized my eyes as Mo and Midi rally. Kiss of death, nothing left in a box back to Cali. Fuck them, 2 days in the valley.
Now with the curtains drawn on shadow, only half the battle's won. I met a numb, had to call his girl and try and have some fun. Met her a while prior when I said that I'd buy her a mocha, only cause she told me most men get denied by her. Conversation live wire, repeat this, I freeze stiff. When out of a Walkman, the speed drift, I'm speechless. I can't believe the shit, how to breathe, feel the breeze brisk. Of course I had to keep my cool, asked her where she got the tape. Actually my roommate makes beats that she keeps locked away. Casually we talked away, would I like to see the crib? She only lives a block away and I could also meet this chick. Agreed to leave in haste, reached the place in no time. Memorized the building address and up the stairs a slow climb. Her roommate was on the phone line running a bath pumping Jodas. While I'm totally scoping the place, my angry face glowing openly. Hoping to find clues, my mind screwed, I see her NPC with the circus sticker. Nervous switch, I had to serve this bitch. Heard a click, she's off the phone. Thoughts of murder and manslaughter. Hey Loretta, who are you? I said just call me bad karma. Boombox to the bathwater, I grabbed our shit and hit the alley saying fuck 'em. 2 days in the valley.
Disinfect the demo, download my disc. I got my scuzzy drive back, a fine, taking no risks. Kip 12 has got this track on lock. Well, Shadow and the Red Orion Sciences jock. Jukebox jiggling, jiggies jerking us. Me, myself, and I, Kip 12, 36 us. Circle of the fifth with this trumpet tribute. I'm a DJ rockin' mic, still laugh and think I'm cute. Mute. Press the button, take my shit off pause. I'm from the north side of the trees, take a look at the moss. My loss of words, make us mad dope. It's just my shadow.
Welcome to the tragic age. Dirty circus. Welcome to the tragic.
Ours is essentially a tragic age, so we refuse
twinkle of a naked eye descend from the dark sacred sky. Those who try to capture my image hear nothing but my battle cry. I've tried to live 1,000 lives, but I've died 1,000,000 deaths. I've even swam to the depths just to earn your disrespect. So here I stand erect, not too far from a Neanderthal. Still that bloodthirsty animal roaming with a crew like cannibals. Candles begin to dim under the chapels of human skin. Tediously trying to climb the walls of this four-cornered Solomon. King Solomon tried to walk the desert in under 20 days. So for spite on the 19th night, I turned and walked the opposite way. Some say that I completely lost it, but I've only recently found it. This formula I compounded, leave the skeptical astounded, pounded into oblivion. Original pirates of the Caribbean that dominate on land or water in the form of an amphibian. As a wisdom recipient, I must excel in excellence. Straight off the beaten path, my craft's in its prime of elegance. Through negligence, I find you guilty of being a practicing witch. You catch a nervous twitch if you fuck with the dirty circus, bitch. Now you know.
To exist the great nothingness of life seems to be the one end of living.
Living? Are we living?
There is no smooth road into the
We're living the future of days past as I gaze back in a distance, enraged at your insistence. Men enslaved, captured infants, planes crash, masses of victims at the gates, smashing your system. Have to change your path of existence, captivated by the sunrise, while the jungle is alive, with prying ears and spying eyes. I'm drying tears and dying wise, the cycle ends at 9 lives. Don't build my castles too high, a firmly grounded earth sign. Casing the truth was a curse, and still the deep thirst the first time. I searched minds, dispersed lines of rhymes on secret sacred data. Became light clothed in flesh, trying to climb Jacob's ladder. This incorruptible spirit, encased in highly corruptible matter. No longer a docile bovine, contently grazing in your pasture. My soul's a body snatcher, vacation in the sweet hereafter. Shadow casters fear capture, and it's clear your stakes are high. And a tear escapes your eye, my spirit penetrates, you die and wake up screaming, soaked in sweat, still seeking solace in the sky.
On the low dark ceiling of cloud at night, red blotches burn and crave, damping and swelling and contracting like burns that decay. She's fear, the deep organic shame, the old physical fear crouches in the body of us.
Observe the twisted tales of the puppet master's chapter of mind control. Scrolls contain ancient techniques of manipulating ways of thought. I got a short attention span and the hand that pulls the strings behind the scenes. It seems this one at Carnival is everlasting, casting your town in my world-renowned sideshow of freaks and oddities. I sell the 70s collection to range specimen, and in the event I own their souls, control their lives. They're hypnotized, and their eyes are deepening the lies. Hear the cries from the backstage. These slaves behave like savages. I keep them locked in a cage. They'll never see the light of day. I've erased every trace of their past. A vast amount of power and control within my hands. They've been brainwashed and reprogrammed to follow my commands. Prepare for this living nightmare. Beware the hypnotic stare. I'll erase your memory with my deepest, darkest glare.
Paradise for a hostage, lost in its exhaustedness. One less precaution, I'm caught in bliss. I find myself hypnotized by the sun's steady pulse of constant. While I am not a contradiction, the relevance of my existence slips in faceless, without to name of places. Ring a bell somehow, pleasure or pain, I'm some now, and then again. Tomorrow's moral restraint, today I'll pick the paint. The picture is I can't chip away with ain't. This is all I am and this is all I'll ever be. The constant to me, change was always meant to be. I range from simple planes with plain and simple brains to as complex as the universe is down to the grain. And it turns out my biological clock is ticking like a time bomb while I watch the cradle rock. But I'm right here, and here I am in the midst of it, watching it all happen and rapping and listening, getting involved in college shots at the ballpark. I never figured it all starts from a beginner's mind, and in the mind of a beginner I learned to start from scratch and catch something inner element, elevated by intelligence and common sense. Sense as common as confidence, strength.
I miss half of what's going on. I'm a king to my own existence, but
on in life, I'm just a pawn. Actually, you're designed to be a modest individual, walking silent among the crowd. It seems one man's almost invisible. That's the balance of the structure. Nature's about to corrupt you. You are more than what you seem. It seems you see past the instruction. So who do you turn to when facing these desperate measures? Heaven's hellish rules or hell's heavenly pleasure. Be misled by your master or a king amongst the peasants. The lessons that your soul will teach while in desire's presence. Select cautiously, the cost could be more than you have been taught. See, possibly I feed your soul and not thy poverty. Side with me, child. Everyone seek it's wise not to choose poorly. Final chapter, end of story. Life in purgatory.
You think your life matters? I'd hate to shatter your dreams, but your dreams are nothing more than an experiment gone wrong, and all along had no minds of your own. Laboratory grown clones multiplying like pests, building towns and homes. You've grown too much and rapidly, and now you're near your end. Descend to the grave that's been dug. When I pull your lifelines plug, I've realized my mistakes. Grown too familiar with pains and aches. It's time I end this experiment. They've gone too far and sealed their fate.